Tonight, voters in New York's 3rd congressional district are deciding if Republican Nassau County legislator and former Israeli paratrooper Suozzi or Democratic former Congressman and Nassau County Executive Tom Suozzi will take over the remaining 11 months of Santos' term. A winner has not yet been declared. The polls just closed about 8 minutes ago. The results of this race could have a major impact on Republicans' narrow majority, which as of today is 219 to 212, one of the smallest majorities ever. Former Congressman Santos, expelled from Congress 2 months ago, joins me now. Thank you very much for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, Dan. Great to be here with you.
All right, so you are already, I see you on your phone. You're getting in results. You know all the people in this district well. What are you seeing based on the turnout, et cetera, from your district?
Look, I won this district by 8.5 points, right? You want to call the Lee Zeldin effect on it, let's say 7. Right now, what I'm looking is anemic turnout. In Nassau County, under 70,000 people turned out to vote today. And on that split, Republicans had a 1,400 vote advantage on Democrats. So
1,400?
1,400 vote advantage.
And that's not enough.
That's definitely not enough.
So you think Suozzi, the Democrat's going to pull it out?
No. What I'm saying is the problem is to see where the Democrats are turning out. If they're turning out in Great Neck, if they're turning out in areas like Jericho, these are what I called disenfranchised, self-radicalized Democrats who are voting Republican for the last 2 election cycles. So if that's where the bulk of the majority of the Democrat turnout is, Suozzi's underwater, he's in trouble. I've seen the numbers. I've won both parts of this district. Great Neck by 79% of the vote, Jericho by 54% of the vote. So, and with majority of Democrats having turned out. So if those are where the numbers are falling tonight, she wins this by easily 2 to 4 points.
Are you rooting for Suozzi since the Republicans are the ones who kind of forced you out? Are you kind of thinking to stick it to them? Oh, you guys wanted to get me out? Okay. How about a Democrat replacing me?
I'll tell you this, whichever way you look at it, a Democrat's replacing me. They're both registered Democrats. That's very good point that people have been raising. But more importantly is, to me, I've had a mixed feelings. I don't want Suozzi to win because Suozzi did vote for a lot of the policies and voted with Joe Biden on the issues that we're facing as New Yorkers today. On the flip hand, you're right. I kind of want to stick it to the people who took me out. But the reality is they spent $20 million in a futile desire to oust me. And now, look, all that money could have solved the homelessness issue in New York City alone. So this is just to show how, as you said earlier in your segment, it's all about political theater. There's real no solution, and it's the moderate middle of America who gets no results and sees nothing happen. And it's going to continue to be that way until we start sending people to Washington who are not part of the political establishment.
Do you think your scandal hurt the Republican Party in the special election?
Absolutely not. Last year in 2023, we had local elections. Every single Republican incumbent in NY3 was reelected, and we flipped 2 seats locally from blue to red that historically had been blue. So George Santos does not affect the bottom line of anyone in NY3, and I think that's been proven last election, and I think it'll be proven tonight.
I want to read a tweet that you sent out on January 2nd. It's a long one. It said, "My New Year's resolution is that President Trump returns to the White House, and in 2025, I can be appointed director of ICE." Goes on to say, ICE had their hands tied for too long, with the sole exception of the great 4 years of Donald J. Trump. The time is now, and that's why I'm putting my name in the mix for a role that will take grit and a fearless person and not a coward that will fear media spin. Are you serious about that?
Absolutely.
I mean, do you actually think there's a chance that you will be named the ICE director?
Absolutely, I don't think there's a chance, but I'm absolutely serious of putting my name in the hat. I mean, if you look at the list of people who seriously think they're going to be VP, I mean, what's the big difference there, right? There's some delusional people out there who swear that they're auditioning for vice president when we know it's out of reach, right? So you need to shoot for the stars. I had a run-in with Tom Homan at the New Hampshire watch party that I went to last month for the primary, and I told him, here's my plan, and I laid it out. He's like, well, you get it. So I'm not saying he endorsed me or anything, but he said I got the issue.
But it's not like you're talking to Trump officials.
No,
about,
no.
And with regard to that issue, I just gave this editorial about Mayorkas, right? You've been very tough on the border. Do you disagree with what I just said?
Look, I'm not going to say I agree or disagree. I disagree that we're weaponizing impeachment, much like the expulsion was weaponized. This lowers the standards and lowers the threshold in our country. Obviously, had I been there, I would have voted to impeach Mayorkas because I'm just tired of no action. But at least be honest about it, like French Hill was for a moment of sobriety when he said, this is a PR stunt. This is political theater. The American people don't know any better, but he's not going to be removed in the Senate. Chuck Schumer's not going to let that happen. There's not enough vulnerable Democrats in the Senate that are going to vote for this. And I can almost guarantee that Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Mitt Romney will not vote for his impeachment. So this is just a reality. Why put the American people through this painful exercise? Why waste the resources, time, and instead allocate all of that to doing appropriations?
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.